Hi everyone, welcome in. Welcome into Laura's Makers Mondays. This is number 51. I've been doing these for a while. I'm Laura of Laura's Stamping Legacy Studio. Excuse me while I adjust to my new chair. And we've been getting together on Monday evenings for a couple years now, sharing what we're doing, sharing what's new with the company, and doing a demonstration now and then. So I'm really happy as people come in. I'm going to start talking about things going on. And I want to hear what you all have been up to. I know I saw a couple of you saying you would pop by this evening. I have been kind of getting back to normal with everything. School's been starting vacations are kind of dwindling. So, but as people come in, we can talk about that sort of stuff. Oh, hi Sharon. I'm glad somebody made it in. I'm kind of getting used to a new setup here with a few things, so I hope it's coming through okay. Let me know if you can hear it okay. Give me a thumbs up if you could. Let me take a look down here to turn my volume off on this. Well, this doesn't seem to be working. There we go. Oh, hello, Susan. Welcome in. I'm just doing a few technical things, checking to make sure everything's working. I know Sharon's in here. Oh, good. I can see myself talking at least. Hopefully. Oh, good. You can hear me. Great. Now we can officially get started with a few of you here. I'm glad you're taking the time to stop in and spend some time with me. We will do a demonstration tonight. Gosh, I must need more lighting. It seems dark in here to me, but that's all right. We'll keep going. Like I said, this is Makers Monday number 51. I think the big news I have to share with all of you is that I've been planning, and if you noticed in the group, we're going to have an in-person workshop here at my house, which we haven't done for a little while. I've been busy with a lot of things, and it's been summer, and all of you have been busy. But if you look in the group, you'll see that on October 1st, I have planned to have a workshop here that coincides with World Card Making Day. So hopefully you can find some time in your schedule to join us. If you know you can come already, go ahead and RSVP so that you can get a seat. We will work on some projects and have a lot of fun. And of course, we always, from the people that attend, pull one person to win the rewards from the orders that are put during that. So, oh, hi, Donna. Are you home from your travels? I know you've been busy. I hope the wedding went well. Pictures looked wonderful. But yeah, that's the big news is about the workshop. So definitely take a look for that. And then the other thing is I'm going to start another challenge tonight, a challenge card. Those of you that may not know, I'll show an idea or a technique and challenge you to make a card based on that. And then give you a certain amount of time. For this one, we'll have until September 11th to complete the challenge card if you'd like to, and share a photo in our group. Tonight's challenge card that I'm going to demo is a fancy fold, and it's inspired by a demonstrator who used to live in our area here, our local area, and her name was Janice Dew. So I have an interesting story about Janice. Let me show you the card really quick. This was her original one. So I've cased it, and it opens up, and it's a non-traditional size. I usually do more traditional sizes, but this is a little note card, and it opens up. If I can open it up, here we go. So let's try that again in the camera. Hold on, I can't work backwards. So it opens up to reveal the inside. Hi, Andrea, welcome in. So this is going to be the challenge card. So this was her version. And of course I did my own little version. I'll open that when we're turned down. It might be easier to see. but I made my own version of it. And this is what I'm challenging you all to create for the next challenge card. So I will demonstrate how to do that and tell you the sizes and everything tonight. Yeah, it came out really cute. And I'll tell you real quick the little story. Susan's in here. Susan pointed out to me that there was a little kind of an estate stamping sale, a yard sale, estate sale that she had kind of got wind of, kind of the tail end of it. And it's Janice Dew passed away this past summer in July. I did not know her. She was a demonstrator here in my own town on the other side of town. So, and Susan gave me an alert, which thank you, Susan. It's always nice to share when you find some goodies. I went over and saw her husband, and he took me through her things that were left. He's trying to sell them off so that people can make use of them. And it was really interesting because you really get a sense of people when you look at their cards and the things that they had and the things that they made cards with, because it's an expression of who we are. I don't know if you feel that way, but when I make cards, it's an expression of who I am. And as I looked around and I picked up a few little things, a lot of times I'll pick up items that I can use during my groups when we do things, so I have multiples, or if there's things that could be prizes. And I really picked up two little things that made me kind of realize what her personality must be like. And there was an older stamp set, and it's one that has funny sayings and funny pictures about birthdays. The little one with a cat saying that birthdays are like hairballs. The more you have, the more you want to gag. And this really cute one of the couple. I know it's not a Stampin' Up product, but it kind of gives you the sense of the person. So it kind of really was neat. And her husband said, if there's anything we all have items on our desk from things we've been making and creating, and you have little extras. Those are called MESC items. Your messy desk items that you haven't finished off or you have extras of. So she had a couple MESC boxes. And he said, if you'd like anything from the MESC boxes, help yourself. So this is where I picked up the card from, which is the challenge card that we're going to make. So this was one that she had made. So now I'm casing it for us to make. So that's my story about that. But just gives you a sense of how I feel about Stampin' Up, because it really is an expression of who you are as you make cards and share cards. But let's go ahead and get the camera turned down, and we will start working on this demo card. So hang tight. I think I just got to turn it, and it should be just fine. And hopefully direction is correct. I know that's high up. I will lift things if we need to see things. Oops, hold on. If it disconnected you, go ahead and start again. I know it kind of had an interruption when I moved it. So, let's go ahead and get these things in here. And I'll work along with you to show you how to do some of it. So this is the card once again. And I won't be able to see your comments unless I can get this bigger. Here's the comments. Let's see if I can pull that up. There we go. All right. Let's get that nonsense out of the way. Information I always need to remind myself of when we start. Oh, great. Thank you, Sylvia. I'm glad you were in here. I knew you were trying to get in. So this is the demo card once again, and I'll give you all the dimensions and stuff, but it's held together. This little ribbon goes all the way around. So it's held together by the ribbon. So I untie that little ribbon and open it up. And then these two little triangles that are on the front pull. And then it shows you the inside. So it really came together really quickly. I sort of had another card. I keep saying I'm going to make a curtain fold card, and I am. And I was going to do that until I went to that sale yesterday and I found the Janice's cards. So, and that's where this idea came from. So, and just in case you're wondering, this is the, this paper was the, the tea boutique paper. There was a lemon sheet in there. I've always wanted to make something with that. And the lemon and the sentiment came from, if you have the June 2020 box of Sunshine Paper Pumpkin, I had some leftover lemons. That's what I used on my front. So if I can get this to, well, it's hiding your comments from me again. Hopefully I can get it to show me. Come on, Bubby. Quit misbehaving. There we go. So here is the first thing you'll need to know. And I will post in the group a post about this later with dimensions. But your base piece of paper that you're going to need is, hold on, you also need to know these dimensions, will be 10.5 by 3.5. So that's your note card base. And then you're going to have 4 score marks. You're going to have a score, you're going to have a vertical score at 3.5 and 7. And you're going to have diagonal scores that go from the left to the left top to the right bottom on the first square, and the square on the left and the square on the right. When you're doing this other diagonal, I'm going to show you in the thing, but there's a trick to doing both of those. So, but that's your base. So those are your dimensions there. And then I'll give you the dimensions for the other pieces as we work through them here. All right, let me get my base. Oh, you recognized it, huh, Sharon? Did you have that one? So here's all my little pieces. And you can, of course, use whatever you want as your decorations. It's just the base idea of the card that you're trying to mimic. So as you can see, there's other pieces you're going to need. So out of the same cardstock as you did the base, you're going to need a 2x2 of that same color. And then of a second coordinating cardstock color, you have 2 pieces. One is 3¼ by 3¼ and the other is 2¼ by 2¼ So it was 2x2, 3¼ by 3¼ and 2¼ by 2¼ Don't worry, I will put these dimensions in a post later. When it comes to your designer series paper, you have 2 pieces. Where did I write down the dimensions for these? Haha. I could have swore I had this all organized for you all. And then I rewrote it. I believe these 2 are the same size. So let's take a quick measure. I want to say they're 3x3, but let me make sure. This one's 3x3. Yep. And this one is, and you know why they're 3x3? Who can tell me? Where are my savvy card makers? Why did I choose 3x3? They were a little different size on Janice's, but she didn't use designer series paper. She created her own, which you could definitely do. This is all stamped. The pink and green is stamped. It's not designer series paper. When you're using, and if people have this Tea Boutique paper, you'll know that this comes in 6x6 sheets. So if I were to cut a 3¼ by 3¼ I can't use any of the rest of the sheet because they're 6x6. So that's why I changed the size on mine for these panels to 3x3, because it maximizes your use of your 6x6 designer series paper. So that's all your measurements. As far as sentiment or whatever, that's going to be up to you what you want to do. You'll need a piece of ribbon, and the piece of ribbon I measured. Maybe you can get away with a little less. Must be a second sheet to this thing. Oh, there it is. 17 inches is the length of the ribbon. You might be able to get away with a little less. You got to have enough to go around the card and tie. I just left myself a little extra, but that's up to you. Let's go ahead and do the score marks. I already cut everything, so be awful careful when you're scoring not to cut. Raise your hand who's done that. I have. I don't know if you can see me raising my hand, but oh, I love, yeah, you got it, Donna. And yes, Sharon, I love using paper pumpkin boxes for mailing things. In fact, I've got a box ready to go to the post office now. So I'm getting my base card out, and I need to score it. First, I'm going to score it horizontally. So which means I'm going to score it on its 10.5 sides. So I'm going to score it at 3.5 and 7. So I got to open that up. So I go ahead and, I don't know if you can see down the bottom here. Let me move it up a little bit. But I put a little piece of tape, and I just did rearrange my scoring and cutting to be, I had it the other way around, cutting and then scoring, and I've switched it. So, and I even put a piece of tape on the cutter because I didn't want to mess up and cut in front of you. Which I have more paper. It's not a big thing, but so just go ahead and use your paper trimmer to do scoring. Hope I'm getting it right. It's hard to see. Excuse the light, girls. So there's 3.5, and then do 7. And there's 7. Okay. So now I got those 2, right? Let's make it so I can really see where they are. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to score, and that top left to the bottom right. And if you look in your cutter, if you look down in, you'll see the groove of where the score or the little knife runs along. You want to put the very tip of that up in that groove, right up in there. And then you want to put the bottom fold mark or score mark down at the groove as well. And my trick for doing this is the trick I use for cutting and scoring, is if you're trying to work from the point of a diagonal, start in the middle of your paper with your score. And just run that. So there's that one. Okay, and then, now to do the next one, it's not going to work the same. So you're going to have to turn your paper over. So remember that this is the corner you want to be this way with your diagonal. And I always think funny about it, but this is right. So doing this. And remember, as long as you have more paper, you can always fix it. But this should be right. I'm going to get it in the middle and go again. Was I right? It always feels wrong when it's backwards, right? Yes, it's right. So now as you look, there's 2 folds, and then there's a fold this way. Let's get this out of here. So now you have the folds you need. Get your bone folder. Fold it up. Okay. And then you're going to fold this one back. Boy, it feels wrong when you're looking at it, but just go with your instincts there, girls. That one folds back. And then this one folds back. The less I think about it, the easier I think it is. Don't overthink it. All right. So there's your 2 pieces. And why does that feel wrong to me? Oh, I just got to change the direction I'm holding it in. Ha! There we go. So there we go. So that is, as long as it comes together like that, you're good. So there you go. Well, it's this way. Ha! That's why. This is why. Wait a minute. This one and this one. Yeah, there you go. Okay, just make sure you do your folds the right way. Oh, you can laugh. It's all right. So now it's the right fold. It's easier when you don't have a whole camera of people watching you. I promise. So that is correct now. Yep. Okay. Then you just apply your things, which I'm going to use a mixture here. If I have one. I don't have a nail runner in here. Yes, I do. Hold on. If I don't have one, what's wrong with me, right? So just layer them in. Someone needs to tell a story. Donna, did you get home yesterday? Go ahead and center this in your space. So that's in there. And then you put these on. I used glue when I was doing this, but snail works just as well for these pieces since you're just layering. Okay. Oh, you did? Okay. So everything ran smoothly. There's been so many mishaps in planes lately. I worried for you. I haven't flown in quite some time. Did drive a lot this summer, though. Oh, you colored on the airplane. Great. That's a great idea. Okay, hold on. What am I doing wrong here? See, I tell you, I can't. Yeah, there we go. Just keep folding. Keep believing, Laura. It'll work. Okay. Just when you think you're doing it wrong, don't worry, you're not. Why does it feel so wrong? Nope, that's right. Okay. So the next thing you have to do is, oh, did I miss one? I missed a panel, girls. Guess what? We can get it up. It's only snail. Thank goodness I didn't glue it, right? Remember, you can always huff it to get a little moisture under there. Thought that looked funny. So put this right back down. I didn't practice as much as I usually do. I usually try to do a run through so I don't mess up. Oops. And while we're here, let's just get this done. And that can go on here. I was originally going to stamp this and I was going to fussy cut it, but I think this looked just as good. So now, there is one benefit to using snail. You can get it up. Okay. If I had glued that, we'd have been sunk. I'd have been sunk. It's not your fault. All right. Here we go. I took one of the times I flew and I was worried about being stuck in the airplanes, I had a paper pumpkin with me. And what was great was I was stuck in the airport for a while and it wasn't very busy. So I could spread out on one of those big tall tables they had at this airport that I was in. So that was nice. All right, so there's your inside and I fixed it. Woohoo! Someone should have told me, Laura, you're messing up. So then you have to do your outside panel. But before you do that, very importantly, is to do your ribbon. So this is the tricky part. So if you haven't lost you yet, pay attention to this. Get your ribbon and you want to even it out. You got to close this up and you got to put your ribbon around. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I am. I put it around this way and that way. Right, but it has to come out. Hold on, girls. I'm having a crisis here. Yeah, it has to come out of here without that on there. No, it has to go around them both. So, all right. It works. Don't worry about it. Put it around there. Even it up. When I had a ruler. We know the side is 3 something, and I think I put this at 1 3/4, but you can eyeball it to the center. So just eyeball that to the center, and then get yourself a glue dot. Hopefully I'm not interrupted. And you need to hold down, you'll have some glue on there or some tearing tape, but you're going to have to put a glue dot to hold this ribbon in place because the ribbon's got to go underneath the front panel. So stick your, where'd it go? I can't see in this light. There we go. Let's just put the glue dot right down here on the paper. There it is, right at the edge. And then get your ribbon on it and stick it on there. Okay. And that'll be what holds it closed for you. So now what you have to do is go ahead and, I should just, hold on. If you're not far enough, go ahead and make sure you've got that good and down so that it'll behave for you. Okay. Now close it back up, and put this in there like that. Now you need to put these pieces in. So go ahead. This can layer like that. And you can also layer on your whatever you're going to do on the top. Some people, you could have a sentiment here. You could put some embellishments. I did these little lemons. I'm just going to put a little snail on the edge of this to hold it. And then stick this on there. This was popped up with dimensionals. Yes, it was. So that's what I'm going to do with that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got some nails going at the moment. Not much, but enough to help. Okay. So then to adhere this little square of decoration that we're making, you're not going to be able to use just snail adhesive runner, tape runner. You're going to have to do something a little stronger. And you got to make sure when you adhere it that you only adhere it on the left panel here, so that when it opens, it's not stuck on this holding it closed. So I used glue earlier today, but glue takes longer to hold. So if I have tearing tape, hold still, ladies. I'm going to take a quick look over here. Yeah, I think my tearing tape is out from club. I had stuff out in the other room for club. So I will use glue. So for the glue, I'm only going to do the one corner here. So just be careful when you do this not to put too much glue, which that's probably too much. Okay, but just do the edge like that. And you'll just have to hold this for a little bit before you tie it. So I'm probably not going to go ahead and tie it. But go ahead and put this right here and just center it and line it up. And like I said, you might want to hold it for a little bit so that your glue sets. And then you'll wrap your ribbon around and it will tie. I will mimic it with this one. Let me put a couple, whoop, you didn't hear that. Couple blocks on this to hold it so that it doesn't move on you and it gets a good set. And then, so then if this was that one, you would just be able to close it up and tie your ribbon. And you've got your challenge card. And like I said, if you're not familiar with our challenges, if there's someone out there, you have until September 11th to finish this challenge. And after you create a card, and you can do whatever colors and decorations you want, but after you create a card, that's not a very good bow, but I'm going to take time later. Kind of hard to make them on the spot. But yeah, post your pictures in the group if you can, as soon as you get them done. And then I usually send a little mini product share to say thank you. You can trim that ribbon up if you want with a little snip. But that's it. What'd you think? Yay. Oh, hi, Terry. Thanks for coming in. You'll have to watch the demo. I just demoed the next challenge card. So, yay, I'm glad you liked it. I really enjoyed coming across that and getting to learn about a demonstrator that used to live in our area. Let me go ahead and turn us back up real quick so we can say goodbye. Let me get you around here, girls. And turn it up. I'm glad you liked it, Sylvia. It's really a sweet little thing, and it came together really quickly. I will put the dimensions up, and I know it may look a little daunting, but I just decided that I was going to make this last night and snapped it together today. And I actually made 3 of them today. So always making multiples if you can. But I'm so thankful that you all came in to watch. I have 5 little things to let you know about. Remember, everyone's been enjoying Celebration. That ends the end of the month, so that ends August 31st. They did add 10 new items. I think I've got one of them. Oh, it's these dies back here. Really nice set of dies that matches this stamp set. Because I had placed an order after they did that. So this is the stamp set, but the item that they added to Celebration were these dies, which I'm excited to try these dies. So it's a nice big die. So that's one of the 10 new items they added. This is the upper level of rewards, of course, with a little bigger order, but there's 6 items that were at the lower level tier that they added as well. The next thing in the list of things coming up is on September 1st, they're announcing new bundles that they're putting together, new dies to go with stamp sets that are already in the annual catalog. The Halloween paper pumpkin has been announced, and you'll need to get on board for that by September 10th. It is a kit that has 18 treat boxes, is how they're describing it. That's generally what they do for the Halloween paper pumpkin. I've gotten them in the past, and you get a lot of little goodies. Because I know some people, you're either a Halloween person all the way or just moderately, and then you don't need as much. It's kind of nowhere in between. I need a little bit, but not as much as some people like. But I got one time, and I used bits for several years in a row from it. So they're very generous boxes usually. I've planned a Facebook room for September 11th, and that's when I'll draw the prize winner for the challenge cards that are made. And our next live is not until September 19th. So I know it's a lot. I will put notes about it and updates in the group and on the page. So I'm just thankful that you guys are here. I'm looking forward to getting together in person. I've gotten used to kind of doing these, but it's more fun when someone's with you, obviously, than I'm just not talking to a screen. I know you're all out there, though. So thank you for sharing your part of your evening with me. All of you have a great rest of the week, and I'll be talking to you all soon. Alrighty. Take care, everybody, until we see each other again. Bye-bye.